And it's time now to start our next segment, Breakfast Plus. In this segment, we'll have a discussion on the newspaper headlines. Take a look.
Hello and welcome. Right, Mubarak there, and we are heading for a short commercial break. We'll be back in a short while. Stay tuned. Keep watching DD News.
For a discussion on the newspaper headlines published from the national capital, New Delhi, we're very pleased to have Sandeep Dixit with us to put the stories in fine print in perspective. Sandeep, of course, we start with the BJP so-called rejig. Now, most of the papers are, they've headlined the story that enter stage. But would you agree, considering the other changes, omissions that have been made in the team, or the distant dream as far as Modi is still much away from him?
Yeah, first of all, party drumbeaters who were supporting him for a higher role, and for the Bharat, a fairly jaded leadership which is at war with itself. So Mr. Modi is one aiming to hold on to for the next elections. But before that, the proof of the pudding will come in the form of state elections. See in state elections how much Mr. Modi's magic can revive the ailing fortunes of the BJP, for instance, in Karnataka.
But if you a closer look at actually the ones who have been promoted, like Varun Gandhi, Rajiv Pratap Rudy, etc., would you say that Modi hasn't really yet emerged as the so-called undisputed leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party, considering his
doesn't extrapolate itself into a nation as such. Nation, as we mentioned, is composed of religions and everything.
Right. Meanwhile, in the Times of India, the paper seems to take attention to this parliamentary board. How true is that?
I would. There must have been a lot of jockeying going on, because Mr. Raman Singh of Chhattisgarh and Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan are politically more powerful in the palace politics that takes place when a party president him and assist him.
Right, and how much would you say that his prime ministerial ambitions, the workers, the people want, and how much are they
use outside? But on this, maybe the government in the long run will have to take a closer look at the NDPS Act, because it was count and the previous history of India into account.
Seems more trouble for Beni Prasad Mawan, especially with this whole opium angle to it and the revelations.
Not really. That entire son is, I think, facing a case under the NDPS under it. But apart from that, these charges are very easy to come from that kind of an area. So these are just charges, a hot political air that has been around, including from the minister's side in the past.
All right, and finally, your comments on the developments in Pakistan.
Oh, in Pakistan, we are, I suppose, so that should be put to a rest when the person himself doesn't want to really get into the middle of it all. So who was the pleasure?
Thank you for joining us. Donkey festival there, and a donkey is named as the master of ceremonies. With that, we come to an end.
Absolutely. Rather, well, as they say, there could be more to donkeys than just calling them beast of burdens.
Exactly.
Learn it from Colombia. And with that, in case you have any suggestions, you can write to us at breakfastnews@dd.nic.in, and for all the latest news and updates at www.ddnews.gov.in.
Well, that's all in this edition of Breakfast. To China, where an international orchid exhibition is being organized at Chenshan. Take a look and enjoy. Namaskar.
Namaskar.